In with our friends at the CME Group in Chicago, and one last time we head there live. Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading, standing by, and I haven't talked to you in a while, Todd. You've been traveling, I've been traveling, so let's talk about this trade we see here today. Harvest wrapping up, big yields, big crops get bigger, and yet we seem to be holding together pretty well, but I want to get your thoughts.
I think you're saying it exactly right, Mark. I think that what we've seen here is, again, an opportunity. People tried to push it down. Big firms came to try to push it down, and they're not having a lot of success. The short side of this market has not been the real side to be on. Now, obviously, if you're a producer, you're certainly not happy with these prices here, and you'd like to see higher prices. But at the end of the day, we can't seem to get lower. And I'm still in the same theory. Buy the support levels. You know, corn now at 380. I think that's a great spot to buy and look at. We've talked about wheat many times, just under 5. Look where we're back. We're back over 5. Now that we've switched from Novi to Jan beans, you know, Jan beans are on 880, 890. Seem to be that level. If you take a look at a chart, you'll see a solid band of support below it. And I think you're much better off because the probabilities will dictate that it will probably go higher here.
So again, if it's corn, beans, or wheat already in the course in the bin, and if you have storage, you want to hold it then for now, it sounds like.
I think you definitely want to hold it. I think, you know, the biggest key I think we always forget is a lot of markets, no matter what you're doing, are based on emotions, and a lot of times we get afraid that they're going to go lower. As long as you can hold it and as long as you can hedge that stuff and make sure that you've locked in those prices, that's where you want to be, because you want to benefit from the upside that's probably coming when all the economic mess sorts itself out.
But if you're also on the other side and you're buying corn, maybe for ethanol use, maybe your soybean meal for your livestock operation, you want to do some pricing now then?
I think so, but I think the whole complex looks really good here. Again, when you look at the general idea of what's happening, we've got a lot of bad news out there. There's a lot of things happening that just don't make sense to anybody, including the illusionists that run the Federal Reserve. So when you look at it, you go, all this news is out. There's so many bad things going on. Oil is getting crushed, which could create some problems. All these things you're saying, and yet we're not getting crushed. So maybe it means that we're probably going to have some type of turnaround here, and that's what I'd be looking for.
Very good. We're going to give some numbers here, and then I'm going to come back to you in about a minute, and we'll talk about the livestock trade. Todd Horwitz, live from the floor at the CME Group in Chicago. And here's what he's saying.